Hey everybody, welcome to another Thursday night HWR Hardcore Wrestling Radio Four Corners Rants. And as you saw in the beginning of the show, we had the sad death of three wrestling legends that went. And there's my damn dog barking. Um, Before we go into any of the show, I'm gonna take us back to that page. I'm gonna, you know, my condolences to the Lawler family, Brian, Christopher, who everybody knew as Grandmaster Sexay in WWE. He committed suicide this Sunday that just passed after being arrested for another DUI charge. Christopher is the son, ladies and gentlemen, of Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler. It's a sad deal. He was only 46. He took his life too soon. But I'm going to look at the wrestler, not Brian Christopher himself, just the wrestler. And he was always entertaining. Another guy that new wrestling fans will know. It is a fellow that basically was known to me and a couple others in here. He was from the WCCW and the AWA era. Back in the 80s, he's Brickhouse Brown. Held numerous championships, and he was very entertaining. We'll go into that. And finally, Hall of Famer Nikolai Volkov. What else can you say? Former WWF Tag Team Champion with the Iron Sheik. A villain in his days, but such a sweet and humble guy. And again, it's a sad moment when we lose three people in 1 week. We lost Vader last week. Now we just lost three too. So my condolences to their family. So let's go on. Let's go on now. Let's put the hankies aside. We are here now. Let's start it out. First of all, he is the incomparable one, Lance Moss. Lance, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Wish it was on some more positive notes to start out with. But yeah, let's have some fun.
All right. And he is my partner in professional wrestling. He is both. He's been up and down that road with me. He is the IPTV guy and the Uber of Westchester. Kayla, can you say it for me, please?
The Uber of Westchester.
Oh yeah, that's always the best, man. Always the best. What's up, guys?
You know, we got to get rid of that woodpecker. Every time she says that, I hear some knocking.
Oh my God!
You too, Joe. I hear it too.
For my voice.
Unbelievable. Another Thursday night, Four Corner Ranch. It's very sad. We did lose a lot of guys, but at the same time, like always, we're going to be doing some damage.
Absolutely. And she is the Vicious Vixen herself, who will be coming out with her own t-shirt. She is the Vicious Vixen herself. From Kentucky's own wrestling, she is Kayla Hobbs. Or as we know as Zoe Nightshade. We'll start calling you Zoe. It's much easier.
Sounds good. Ready to leave some carnage in my path. And I want to give a big, giant shout out and a big thank you to Joe for the new t-shirt design. It is badass.
Well, that's not a problem. And folks, again, we did lose three incredible workers. It was a sad moment in wrestling. Like I said, a lot of people won't remember Brickhouse Brown, but he was a wrestler from the 80s who did he was a journeyman. He wrestled in the AWA, World Class, the NWA. He was a numerous tag team champion with various guys. You know, mostly competed in the Texas area, and actually defeated Jerry Lawler for the AWA Southern Heavyweight Championship. So back in the '87. So it's kind of the, you know, he was a journeyman guy. So you can find him again. You can look him up on YouTube, and I'm sure you can find him. Let's go on to a bunch of other things. You know, well, let's go with Nikolai Nikolai Volkov, WWE Hall of Famer. We all know the basic. You all remember red T-shirts, red outfit, sang the national anthem, the Russian national anthem in the middle of the ring, angered everyone, and basically he was a tag team champion with the Iron Sheik. And you know what's funny? I grew up watching him back in the old days. I remember my first ever Saturday night's main event was the actual debut show where he took on he teamed with Iron Sheik and George the Animal Steele against the U.S. Express and Ricky Steamboat. And then I remember him taking on Hulk Hogan. He was an incredible guy. Johnny, we actually had time. He was in our area, and I actually got to speak to him and work with him once when he did a show in Brooklyn. You have any fond Nikolai Volkov memories?
Oh man, just the battles with him and what is his name? Corporal Kirshner. Tremendous battles. I mean, he was a great wrestler all around. But the one thing I do remember, and I'll never forget, he took the worst bumps in the history of professional wrestling.
Absolutely. Let's go to you, Lance. You got any memorable matches of Nikolai Volkov?
Pretty much all the tag matches that he had with Sheiky Baby. And also something I remember him being a very nice guy when we interviewed him a few years back. Everybody out there, after this show ends, you should go back and listen to that.
Yeah, and you can find that here on HWI Show on YouTube. Kayla, you want to put in any Nikolai Volkov memories?
I'll be honest, I don't remember him. This was more than likely before my time in the wrestling business. I have no idea who he is.
And Johnny, she just made us feel a lot older.
Well, in her defense,
oh my God!
It's before my time too, but I just went back and did my homework.
There you go. Over in the HWR chat room, we have Wicked, George. These guys are there, and we appreciate you guys popping in. Thanks for being part of the show. And we will be doing another tribute. And starting next month, I am going to set up sort of like a loot box. So we will be doing kind of questions and answers. It's like if the person who gets the answer correctly without Googling it or Wikipediaing it.
George, I'm going to catch hell for that, but what the hell?
We will, I will send you a WWE loot box. Now, there could be anything in there, so I don't know what we will get, but, we'll set that up in no time flat. So that's one of the things that we're going to be working on. Also, we're going to be working on T-shirts. We will be talking about that later on today. So if anybody's interested in getting an HWR T-shirt, let us know.
Joe, does this mean they will actually be able to buy the shirt?
Absolutely. They will buy this shirt indeed. And all the proceeds will definitely go to our pockets. I mean, to worthy causes. Worthy causes. Yeah, that's
it's hard out here for him.
So, but we'll be talking. We got a lot. We got rumors that we have to take care of. We have a lot going on when it comes to topics that are going to be happening. So let's go on. Let's pass the somber mood. We are going to go straight into the rumors, and it is the NWO, everybody. The original Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Big Sexy Kevin Nash, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I stumbled those words. It must be when I'm drinking. It might be something we will see them teaming up, well, not teaming up, but getting together again on the network in a one-off. you know, if this could be a video, like a whole new NWO, I don't know, show or package that you'll see on the WWE network, like a documentary or something. I, for one, Lance, would like to know everything that actually was discussed back then. We got everything that Corny tells us. You know, I would like to see an actual documentary of how they came up with the concept, you know, the play and everything, how they got it all together from the time they started Nitro all the way till they finished in the WWE.
Absolutely. I mean, do I think they'll be on weekly television? Smart money says no. Could they show up to advertise whatever piece they're going to be doing on the network? Very much so. I mean, hell, two of the members of the original NWO are real close with the guy that actually runs the damn company, so probably. But absolutely, from start to death of the NWO, I'd love to see that. Or hell, it could even be a table for three on the net.
Yep, absolutely. Rick, over in the HWR show on YouTube, Rick is not here with us, but he's on his way home. He'll let us know when he's ready to come in. He is chatting with us on the HWR chat room, and he says it'll probably be like a 3 to 4 tables, like table for 3, table for 4. So that will be something interesting to see. So that, you know, it's something I know now that Hulk Hogan is back. Obviously, the WWE is going to market him on the network. It's going to do everything possible to get him back into making money and making them money. Now, there's multiple sources, everybody. This is right now that says, including Dave Meltzer, that Matt Riddle has signed a 3-year contract with the WWE. Now, as we all know, Matt Riddle, he is currently the Evolve champion. You know, he recently spoke with Sports Illustrated about the rumor that he could be heading to WWE or New Japan in the future. Well, it is confirmed that he did speak with both companies and he signed a WWE contract, you know, for 3 years. So here's a guy that's been in MMA, Lance. He's wrestled on the indies. This is a guy who actually, another one who successfully transferred from MMA, and he worked in both Bellator and UFC. He transferred from MMA to wrestling with no problem.
Yeah. Is Dave Meltzer the one that's saying Matt Riddle signed? Because I'll say this 1,000 times. I don't believe a damn thing Meltzer says.
Yeah, currently, yep, that's what he says. But I think they also was on several news pages that Matt Riddle did sign up with the WWE.
Okay, then he's just trying to make that money.
Absolutely. Let's go to you, Kayla. I don't know if you know Matt Riddle, but here's a guy, former MMA guy who successfully got it. He got it. He got the idea of wrestling and he's got it down packed.
He definitely did. And the only thing that I honestly have to sit here and think about is how is he going to transition from doing that to indies to, you know, I think you said that he was the Evolve champion right now.
Yep.
Is that correct? Okay, and now he's going to go back over, you know, he's coming over to WWE, which we all know is extremely strict. So I'm just wondering how he's going to cope with that.
Well, you know what? I think with any talent, if he could get it right now in the indie scene and he gets, because he's a great talent, I don't think they will have a problem with him in WWE. I think they'll just, he will be, and the thing is, I'm going to throw this one to Johnny. In the indie scene, you really don't practice. I know in some indie companies, they don't practice the kayfabing, the promos, the interviews, because they're performing always out there. WWE might just help them with that, might get that charisma up.
Oh, absolutely. They'll have people working on him every day, all day long until he gets it down packed. You know, for him to be successful, he has to be right in front of the camera. He can't do like what Ronda Rousey did. He has to be on top of his game. Absolutely.
I just noticed something. Matt Riddle is the guy on the screen right next to Rey Mysterio, right?
Correct. Between Sting and him.
Is it me, or does facially he look like Shawn Michaels?
Actually,
He does a little.
he's got like a young Shawn Michaels, like early San Antonio Shawn Michaels look.
Yeah. Right
Oh, when
before
he was with
set
Tully
the beard
Blanchard?
on.
You know what? No, when he was with the Rockers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or the Midnight Rockers. Now, let me just say, Matt Riddle is 32 years old now. So he is, and has worked in various indie companies. So, he's getting up there. He's already in that age that he is in his prime. So hopefully he can, move forward with that and do a better, do something with his career. Hopefully, like AJ Styles, hopefully he really gets, into the run of things. Okay, on a recent Wrestling Observer Live, Brian Alvarez commented on plans for Zoe's favorite guy, Dean Ambrose, and Zoe's hated guy, Jason Jordan, when they might return from injury. So last I heard, it was going to be Jordan and Gabriel again, and Rollins and Ambrose as a team. So we've seen how both guys, Gable and Jordan, have been on a single scene. Them together as a team will do a lot better, in my opinion. We're going to go around the table with this one. And guys, if you want to comment, out there, all you fans that are listening in, let us know. Let us, talk to us. Send us your questions or comments or opinions on the topics we're talking about. But let's go to you, Lance. Jordan and Gabriel teaming up again. I think that's a good idea.
There's that old song, "We're Better Together," and they damn sure are. Because, hell, American Alpha, they are a lot better together than they are in their respective
singles career.
Yeah, because hell, they turned Jason Jordan into a little black bastard.
And you
it's an African American whose father is not with his mother. That's just the definition of the word.
You leave Sharmell out of this and Kurt Angle.
Well, what Kurt Angle did in Houston is his business.
Absolutely.
Did they kill that whole "I'm the father, son" bullshit? They killed it?
Well, you know what?
I hope so.
Well, I don't think they did, because you just don't write it off right off the bat, because it was on TV and it was all there. Well, they'll just probably do is say, okay, son, I have nothing for you. You're gonna team up. You're gonna team up with. You are going to team up with this guy, and we're gonna end
My other son.
Yeah, we'll team you up with this jobber here, and we'll just end it that way. So, and then we will forget everything you said.
We took a DNA test and actually found out I am not. They should have Jerry Springer.
No. I got a better idea.
What's his name?
Maury
Povich. Yes.
Oh God.
And
Connie Chung.
Maury.
And Connie
They should
Chung.
have a show. Yes. They
That's
should
a
have
bit
it
of a
on one
stretch.
They should have it on the Monday Night Raw. They do the test. Kurt Angle, you are not the father, and he goes ballistic and crazy and everything.
You
Great.
lied
Come on,
to me. You lied to me. And
Your mother lied to me.
Well, she also lied to me when she said she was on birth control too. But well,
That's right. Bitch. That bitch, she lied to me.
What's up, boys?
There, and ladies and gentlemen, finally.
Yeah, sorry. Well, it was either come home and start the show or go out and eat seafood. So unfortunately, seafood took precedence.
yeah.
Don't lie to us. It was either a quickie or a long one, and you decided to go for the long. You went for the
Yeah.
touchdown. Well, you know
The
what?
quickie might come later, depending on how good I am today.
Exactly.
Oh,
Me and you
Lord.
both, my friend. Me and you both.
I think we need to do that again, Kayla. The Uber of Westchester.
Uh,
That means
The
that,
Uber of Westchester.
yeah.
that's gonna be twice tonight then.
Well, you gotta
Oh,
get
dear
everybody
God.
motivated. You gotta get everybody motivated. Watching this show is not gonna get you motivated. Maybe her saying that will. So, you know, Rick. Let's talk about we open up the show with Nikolai Volkov, Brickhouse Brown, and Brian Christopher passing away. Sad time for wrestling at this moment. Yeah, you tell him, Lance.
And we lost.
Indeed. Very deep commentary.
Oh man,
Rick-
he's making me cry
Rick-
with the stuff he's
Rick-
saying.
Let go of that and unmute your mic.
Puff, puff, give.
Miss
puff,
Jack
puff,
shit,
give.
let go of him.
Yeah. Don't choke the chicken right now. Wait till later.
Oh, son of a bitch!
There he
There we
is.
go.
Oh.
All right. Rick, are you back?
He's having difficulties.
Here we go again.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear
Yeah.
All right. It's my fucking. I get this wireless headset and every now and then. It gets a little clock.
There we go. See, this is what happens when you buy from Korea or China. It doesn't work.
you. That's why you always buy from Fujisan in Japan.
Yes, absolutely. Japan stuff is the best. Not from China, even though it is cheaper and it takes 6 months for you to get it. You always get from Japan.
Yeah.
Best stuff made.
Yeah, never get that stuff from Wish. That takes about a
My
decade.
God.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, they take forever. It's like 6 to 8 months.
Rick, so are you still here? I take that as a yes. He's really gung ho about the show.
Oh my God, what a disaster.
Technical issues, aren't they grand?
Exactly.
Oh, they're the
Oh,
best.
yes.
Right now, we have this big doo on the screen right now. Joe, can you put that up?
Oh, what the? You kidding me? Hello?
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, Rick, we got you, buddy.
We
Again.
can hear you.
This fucking thing's going fucking nutty. I don't know. All right, real quick before this thing decides to fuck up again. Nikolai Volkov. You know, I remember him as that villain. People hated him because it was a Cold War, and it was just they were getting ready to, kill this guy. But when you speak with him and he's outside of that kayfabe character, he's a first-class guy, awesome man. And it's another legend. Unfortunately, is passing. As far as Brickhouse Brown, I don't remember the gentleman, unfortunately. And Grandmaster Sexay. I hate to say it, but it's just another bad case of wasted talent.
Absolutely. And it's a damn shame, when we lose people like this, because wrestling is slowly losing its, great talents that are out there.
And Brian had a lot of run-ins with the law.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's a sad
Within
part
the
right
past 10 years.
Yeah, I think the only person who might have him beat is Tammy Sitch.
there.
I don't know. Jamie Dundee might be up there.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? But I gotta say one thing. Well, while Brian Christopher and Sonny both got their in, those guys got their time. I think Chris Benoit stole the whole news media with his death and passed by. But anyway, we're gonna keep moving on. So did you catch that, Rick, regarding Jason Jordan might be teaming up again with Chad Gabriel, and just in time for SummerSlam, it is Zoe's favorite guy, Dean Ambrose, will be making his return.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I think she just wanted to give Dean some nightshade.
Oh my God.
Well,
I'd be up for that.
Let's go to you. Let's go to you, Zoe. What do you think of this situation?
Well, I mean, if they tongue-tied. Whenever Jason Jordan comes back, the only thing that is really going to save him is if he does team up with Chad, and Chad, does all the talking instead of him, obviously. As far as Dean Ambrose coming back, it's like freaking time that we get our lunatic back up in this building. I mean, it's bullshit. It's getting boring.
Well, you know what? On the note with him being injured, I think they just, and he's a hot commodity. I guess they just wanted to make sure he is going to be, well enough to perform. So I think with him, they're going to really kind of make sure he gets properly healed and come back. So
shit, I'll properly heal him.
Damn. I guess I'm gonna say someone should give me some nitrate.
Somewhere out there, Dean Ambrose is hitting the table.
Oh my god.
And Renee Young's going, bitch.
Yeah, and I did catch some of the show. I was on the road. I was listening in via our YouTube page, HWR Show, and you guys had talked about the original NWO members doing some kind of a documentary.
Yep. Well, they're going to do something on the network.
Well, I can tell you right now what it's going to be. I don't have any confirmation, but I'll put money down. It's going to be a table for 3 show.
Probably.
Yep. Probably, yep.
That's what makes sense to me. Mm-hmm. And of course, Miss Jack, she never heard of the show, and she goes, "Oh well, they've always put each other through tables on tables, Well, maybe they'll just all sit at the table and talk." And I'm like, "Actually, yes." And she just started busting out laughing because she never heard table for 3.
And that way they can edit out anything Hogan says anything racist.
Absolutely.
Oh shit! I was waiting for it.
Let me go over to the HWR Show on, now that we're on our own YouTube, on our own Facebook page. So if you want to see, if you're not able to get on YouTube to listen to our show, we have the Hardcore Wrestling Radio page on Facebook, the like page, which it's only going to be based for these type shows. So you can actually see our shows. If you don't catch them on YouTube, you can catch them there. Over there it is, Mrs. A and BC from BC Games and More. Hey folks, hope you're enjoying the show. George, Wicked, and everybody, Johnny Suede, he's listening in. Man, we're moving here. Let's keep going on this. It is speculated that Elias will be taking on Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam. And all I gotta say is, and I'm gonna mark out here for a moment, everybody, what does WWE stand for?
Walk with Elias.
I said, what does WWE stand for?
Walk with Elias.
There you go.
There you go. Walking with Elmo.
That's the guy. That's the guy.
Everybody, it's Elmo. Imagine Elmo swinging a guitar.
That's so fucking creepy.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, this is Kermit. Boom. Fuck you,
no
bitch.
Shit.
Fuck you. Like, Elmo's got a gun. Anyway.
Oh my god, it's just went dark all of a sudden up in here.
Well,
my favorite.
Well, let me just say this. While Kayla was squealing about Dean Ambrose, Mrs. A is doing the same thing mentally. So she is.
That's my girl.
So, you know what? What about that, Rick? You know what? Bobby Lashley, Lance, let's hear the laugh. We got to get that out of the way.
That wasn't
anyway,
good.
Neither is this match.
Yeah. I'm really not expecting it. Yeah, when it comes down to the match between Elias Sampson and Bobby Lashley, I think it's a mistake because Elias is already on the high rise. Meanwhile, they're gonna bring in Bobby Lashley, who's could clearly kick the shit out of him, and nobody really likes Bobby Lashley. I think it's just He's just there. That's just WWE. As I think we even read on one of the articles, that they're just hijacking anything and every kind of talent they can.
You know what? And that's a true fact. You know, Elias right now, he is got that big momentum. They just got to give him that shot. And I thought he was going to win the Intercontinental Championship from Seth Rollins when he had it, but obviously that went to Dolph Ziggler, who is sporting a new hairstyle that definitely makes him look like Shawn Michaels. But you know what, Lance?
Hold on. I got to jump in here, Joe. And you know what? You're incorrect. It's not Shawn Michaels. It's more like retro Triple H.
Oh yes, that's right. That's right.
I saw that and I first saw it. The first thing I thought was like, oh my God, what is he doing? Watching too much of the Attitude Era and saw Triple H?
Well, if he did that, he'll have to put that Cro-Magnon forehead, so it looks like he has a sloping forehead, like Triple H had, which still has. So,
I don't think that's going anywhere anytime soon, but yeah, you know.
That caveman look like he, you know.
We'll also have to give Ziggler a couple, things of water. Just waiting for that to happen.
Oh, jeez. Can you imagine him spoofing Shawn Michaels and Triple H? You know,
that'd be
it hurts just thinking about it.
Yeah, and it wouldn't even pass WWE. They will obviously do it just to get a pop and bring out Shawn Michaels and Triple H just to come down the ringside so Shawn can do that weak-ass sweet chin music. So, you know what, but let's go back to Elias. You know, here's a guy who's picked up a lot of momentum. Fans love him. Every time he says, let's walk with Elias, they respond. And he gets in there, and when he's going to be, you know, trying to sing, they get behind him. So, Lance, you know, do you think this is an opportunity for finally the WWE to start moving, you know, Elias forward?
This particular match, no, because it's fucking Bobby Lashley. If he need to get in, so for him to get moved forward, need to get a higher graded talent with him in there than fucking Bobby Lashley.
Well, yeah, that's the big truth. You know, I hope they just don't feed Elias to Bobby Lashley because, again, the guy has a lot of credit. Let's go to you, Zoe. What do you think of this match and Elias?
I love Elias. I really do. I mean, he's funny. He's pretty damn creative. I just don't like, you know, his grandma's bathrobes that he keeps wearing. But I think it's going to be a shit match, mainly because of Bobby Lashley. He's going to end up hurting Elias.
Yeah.
He has no reason being there with him.
Well, and here it is, you know, and hopefully WWE's creative will finally wake up and realize this is a bad idea. Maybe before the match, Elias will hit him with the guitar and knock him out, and just like, well, I won my match. And go perform in the bourbon barrel or whatever else in one of
that, or somebody put X-Lax in Bobby Lashley's protein shake or something.
Oh God!
Hey, it would stop the match.
Yeah, but we don't need to see that.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, I can't get the thought out of my head
All
now.
night. Hey, problem solved.
Listen, wasn't it back in the Attitude Era that Yokozuna had the runs, but during his match with Bret Hart, and as he's coming down off of one of the ropes, Bret Hart's like, "Oh God, there's a ground stain. I'm rolling the fuck out."
Well, they called him the shit man.
Yeah, the same thing actually happened to, I don't know if you guys remember, but CM Punk, he had some kind of a sickness, and when he sat down, he got a big piece of shit. You can see the shit stain. It was on the mat. It was on his trunks, but I think he finished the match.
Yeah.
I think they went home real quick, but I remember that, specifically.
Oh.
That
talk about a shit match.
War Games when Colonel Tom shit his white pants in the middle of a War Games.
Well, you know what? No. That actually, there was a story about that, and he actually just put a chocolate bar.
Bullshit.
It's the bullshit. That was shit. That chocolate.
I've had to get a chocolate bar out of my jeans before. It didn't look like that.
Oh, jeez.
Must have been the
That
food from
man
the back.
shit himself.
How did we go from wood hitting the table to shit?
It hit fine.
I'm taking the blame for it, I guess.
Well, you know what? Actually, no.
Oh, I know. We were talking about Bobby Lashley.
Oh, that's why shit came up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, you know what? But let's go. Let's keep going with you, Johnny. We haven't heard from you on that except for him, Bobby Lashley laughing. I mean, Tony Atlas laughing. You know, let's go on with this. You know, what do you think of this?
Of what? I was so enthused of the shit stain, I kind of forgot what we were talking about.
Well, we're walking with Elias. That's what we're doing.
Oh, you know what? I don't think it's the time with Bobby. They have like last time. They got to do someone better.
Yeah.
Seriously, just to skyrocket his career. Bobby Lashley is only there for a little bit. I mean, put him up there against someone very known. Maybe a John
I know
Cena.
who they could do to get Elias over and
John Cena,
basically
there you go.
cement him.
Who's that?
Y2J.
Oh yes. Oh, you
boy,
just
know
made
what?
the
Yeah,
list.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Yeah, have Y2J come out with his guitar, and that, you know, in itself, a battle of the guitars, and Elias just breaks it on him, and Chris Jericho says, "You just made the list for that."
That or have Fog perform a song on Raw, and then at the end you just hear Elias come out and challenge him.
Absolutely. Over in the HWS show, BC says Elmo Wrestling. And he says, "How did we miss that?" And he had linked a YouTube video, so we'll have to look at that one, post that up. Over in the HWS show on YouTube in the chat room, it says, "George says we're killing him. Don't worry. If you're feeling down and like you're dying there, I'm sure we can get Zoe to say Uber or Westchester again later on the show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe we can have her come up with a different catchphrase.
We're gonna have
It's all
to.
about the wood."
Oh my god. I love you guys.
I can go in so many different directions with that one.
Right?
Like we always say, parental discretion is advised,
Yeah.
but will be ignored.
Now let's go on a different thing. Based in part of her Instagram story about rehabbing, 411 Mania mentions that Nia Jax may be dealing with a leg injury. Now, you know what? That doesn't surprise me because sometimes the bumps she does, she really wrecks. Sometimes she actually goes out and hurts herself without really knowing it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that her fact is, you know, like you said, she's a bigger sized woman, and she's trying to do, you know, stuff that, you know, a lot of the smaller, younger, you know, other women or guys are doing. And yeah, it's really hard to keep that kind of a balance. You know, you're not going to be able to do a running senton over the top rope. You know, so you know, as far as how has this been confirmed, or is this just a rumor, or what?
Right now, it is a rumor, but we will see. It, like I said, who knows? Because it is a situation that, you know, from the numerous bumps that she does take, I wouldn't be surprised that, you know, she could be legitimately hurt. So she could be nursing that leg. So, you know what, kid? Let's go to you, Zoe.
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 When did she go French?
Ever since
Right.
she brought up the Uber of Westchester, and we're going wee wee.
Yes.
Well,
See, now
I mean,
we tossed
I really
her off.
hope
We tossed her off
Yeah.
her game plan.
you did for the first time. I mean, I really, really hope that if this is a legit, you know, story, this is true and everything. I hope that she's okay. You know, I'm big as, you know, I'm a big girl too, and I can't do half of what these little girls do. So I have to sit here and think to myself, and I think Nia needs to do this a little bit more too, is how can I make something work for me without the risk of my career? So I hope that she pulls through and everything if this is serious.
Yep, Johnny, we know about injuries in the ring just like
Of
Zoe
course.
does. It is, hopefully she gets it. But what do you think about this whole situation? Do you think it's a work, or do you think this is actually an injury?
Joe, as we've been in the business so many times, it's work. I think it's work. Absolutely.
All right. So let's go to you, Lance. What do you think, work or not?
Well, the only reason I say it could be 50-50, I know I'm a taller guy myself, and hell, sometimes I just step wrong and I'm hurt my fucking leg. So, and
He's
like I said,
vicious, basically.
yeah, I mean, you never know.
Well, again, we will have to wait and see how that goes out. All right, you know what? And that's the rumors for today. We took a lot of time on that, but we were mostly goofing around and trying. Now we're going into our main story. And Rick, I'm going to let you take it away with it. It is Sting's future.
Yes. Sting was in a recent edition of Lillian Garcia's Chasing Glory. I've only listened to her a few times because some of her podcasts are really good or they're really, really shitty. Really depending on who's on there. And of course, she, wanted to talk about his Sting's future in wrestling because a lot of people wanted to know why. And he said this, in quote, "Yeah, I'm really done. I mean, my neck doesn't bother me at all. For the first couple of months after the match, I had an ache that wouldn't go down that would go down to the left side of my neck and down to my left trap. It was a dull ache. It was just there all the time. It was hard to sleep. No, I don't have any side effects, any trouble. So all I know is the neurosurgeon said, 'You are so lucky that could have been a catastrophe that could have happened.'"
Absolutely. Guys, let's go to you, Johnny. Again, injuries. Sting took that bad one at WrestleMania when he was thrown in the corner by Seth Rollins, and that ended his career.
Joe, Sting was a tremendous athlete. I'm sure he can come back from it, but he's done. He's dead. That's it. The injury to his neck is. He says he's good. I don't think he's be able to get back in the ring and do what he used to do before. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I think right now it's safe to say, Lance, that he is done with the business.
He's done.
Yeah.
Completely done. I don't see him anymore going back in the ring. Absolutely
He
not.
even, sorry to cut you off. Yeah, even on that interview, that was just an excerpt from the interview, but he did say, "I'm done." He says he would have liked to have done a few more matches. He would have loved to have done with The Undertaker. He goes, but that moment's passed.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Can't agree more.
All right, Lance, what do you think about this whole Sting situation?
Well, I mean, Sting's a family man and everything, and well, let's just face it, he didn't have that many matches left in him, but he does, and in the grand scheme of things, he's a fairly young guy. I mean, he's what, 55, maybe? Anybody know?
Yeah, he should be. In fact,
56 or 57.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's go. Let's do this right, George. How old is Sting?
Yeah.
Google it, George. We know you're gonna Google.
But,
Let's get George on this.
but like I said, would have been cool to see him go out the way everybody wants to see somebody go out after an epic match and not after an injury. With somebody Sting's caliber, absolutely, but it sucks, but he's got to think about his long-term health.
Yep, he's got to think of that livelihood. Let's go to you, Zoe. Now, Sting is secure right now. He is on the WWE Legends. He he got the Legends deal. He can appear in games. Hell, he could probably come back and do commentary. And real quick, George says he is 59 years old. So I think.
And George is right. He is right. As of March 20th, 1959, 59 years old.
Damn. Good old Wiki. That's what George says. Go ahead, Kate.
As far as, the situation itself, I mean, nobody wants to see, somebody that you've watched and looked up to ever since you was a kid have to retire because of an injury. But I mean, it's all about knowing your body. And if he's having to call it quits now, he knows his body, and I think that's a good move on Sting. I could see him maybe coming back, and, WWE does these little shows all the time, Tough Enough, stuff like that. I could see him coming back as a celebrity judge or coming back to the Performance Center and kind of helping coach these new people that's trying to make a name for themselves.
And that's definitely something in his future that he can possibly do. And fans, as you see it right now on the screen, those are samples of the Buy the Shirt. Come on, Lance, say it.
Buy the shirt!
And that it is. BTS. Buy the Shirt. And there is the Zoe Nightshade t-shirt as well. And the other HWR Buy the Shirt. So if you folks are interested, you guys have some ideas for shirts that you think that we can come up with, let us know. But we will be marketing those soon and having them up in a little store. So if anybody wants the hardcore,
Joe,
yes,
Joe, there's one very important shirt that you're missing. The greatest shirt of all time. Zoe, can you please say it?
Oh, okay, yep. The Uber of Westchester.
Oh, come on, Joe. What's the matter?
He did actually play around with a sample and send it to me. It was too funny. It was red lips, and it said Uber Westchester.
Okay,
in fact,
let's remove the lips. Let's remove the lips.
I am not a plastic surgeon. I can't remove lips.
Well, see, you could sell those to your female customers.
Yeah, there you go. But yes, it is one that says it's the Uber of Westchester.
Yes. I love that.
And in fact, we will have one shirt that just has the HWR logo, which is the blue logo. We will have one. In fact, I'm gonna pull it up right now. We're gonna milk this for all it's worth.
George is already saying, "Oh hell yeah, I will take one of each."
We got bills to pay.
we got wives and husbands that we need to pay for.
And we got wives, we got kids, we got mistresses to take care of.
Oh god.
So they don't know about each other.
Oh, okay. They probably do now.
Oh my god, I love you boys.
So yeah, let me pull that up. Hold on. Let me. Well, no, I shouldn't have not say pull that out. Pull it up.
No, don't pull nothing out, Joe. It's a family show. God damn it. What's wrong with you?
Ah, fuck! Now I gotta put it back in.
Yeah. See, now we're moving poor Ray aside. Ray.
It's okay. Ray can be put aside. That's fine.
There we go.
Oh gosh, I gotta say something real quick. My boy Johnny Sway just messaged me. He's listening to the show and he said that he wants a Zoe shirt. I'm still waiting for my dark suede shirt, daggone it. Yeah, Johnny, I'm talking to you.
And if this is thrown to Johnny, I do make custom designs. So if you want a KCW shirt or your own type shirt, send me a message and I will have them designed and we'll get them sent out to you. Right?
Don't worry about it, Joe. You can put a golden fried chicken on there for Kentucky Chicken Wrestling. Absolutely. Absolutely.
He said it.
I can't argue with him though. I love fried chicken.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right.
jeez.
Instead of Kentucky Chance, should be Kentucky Chicken Wrestling. Absolutely.
All right. Well, you know, again, we're milking all these for this worth. There is, we have again, you know, we have the buy the shirts, the BTS buy the shirt, and the regular HWR buy the shirt, the Zoe Nightshade shirts, the Uber of Westchester shirt, and there
That's
is
right.
and we will have a regular HWR shirt with the blue logo. We will have there's my Scoldrons Realm shirt. Again, all of these will be up on the Facebook page as soon as I can get them done. So if anybody interested in orders, I will let everybody know how much they come out to. Be the first, because it will be our way of not only from your fees we can all go to Hawaii. I mean, invest it.
Yeah.
Invest it into other things. You know, we'll
Oh, we should set aside a little GoFundMe with these shirts so that we can bring your all's asses down here to Kentucky's Own Wrestling to see what you're missing out.
There we go.
No, Miss Nightshade. Miss Nightshade, hold on.
Oh boy.
I'm telling you right now, we're not the ones missing out. You're the ones that are missing out. I'll let you know right now. Okay?
Well, here's the thing, though. The only thing you have to look forward to through the rest of the week until next Thursday is my.
So, again, folks, you know, we are, you know, basically we are, now I can't remember the shit. We are moving along. Okay, now that we did shameless plugs for t-shirts. Rick.
Shameless plug.
Rick, there's another story here. Rey Mysterio's booked for the All In. I thought he was already signed to the WWE.
Well, there is talk. You know, there was talk about him in negotiations. Obviously, he appeared at the Royal Rumble and the Greatest Royal Rumble. He's also on the cover of. I'm sorry, he's a playable character in the upcoming WWE 2K19. So I think that's kind of more on like kind of like a Chris Jericho thing. Just, you know, paid by the show. You know, shows up. And he is actually going to be going to the All In event, which is basically really getting a big name in the Indies already. They sold out 70,000 people. So if that's not something you know, good for the indie show, I don't know what is. Anyways, he's going to be in a 6-man tag match. It's going to be Rey Mysterio, Phoenix, and Bandito, and they're going to take on the Young Bucks and Kota Ibushi. Oh, forgive me.
Yeah.
I said it the wrong way.
Rick, that's correct.
Mysterio did say this. He said he would like to retire in the WWE, but not for a few more years, somewhere 3 to 5.
All right, there you go. And over in the HWR show on YouTube, Johnny Suede has joined that chat room. And you know what? Let's go around the table. Let's go with Zoe. You know, Ray has fought like numerous knee injuries. He's come and gone. I think for him to really pull off this event for Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks would be something big for Ray, and I think even the WWE, because if they see he's still marketable, they will bring him in to do more shows for them.
Well, of course, Rey Mysterio is still marketable. I mean, did you not hear the pop that he got at the Royal Rumble? Fans were all about that. There's like, finally, he's back. So I think it's a good move on Ray. You know, be good for WWE as well. I hope they can bring back more often.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, again, he is a good worker. He has been a champion before, so we'll see how well he does. You know, hopefully that all-in event goes. Because, Rick, you just said they sold out 70,000?
It was 70,000 in attendance, and it was sold. They sold out literally within the week.
All right. Well, you know what? For an indie show, Johnny, I gotta say that's impressive. That's what. That's something that Impact TNA never did. When these guys can do it, this shows you that they should be a company.
Well, you know what? That goes to show they know what they're doing. They know how to get the crowd. They know how to put on a real independent wrestling show. So, kudos to them. I wish them all the best. I hope they succeed and get major deals with networks and stuff, because there's nothing like putting an independent out there like that. It's fantastic. Absolutely.
Let's go to you, Lance. What do you think about this?
About Ray going to All In, he, like Zoe said, Ray don't know how many more years he's got left in his career tank, but he knows they're coming to an end. He wants to come back to WWE at the very end, but hey, sometimes make money when you can, and this is going to be a big money match. And because, well, let's just face facts. This could be a way to actually extend his career just a little bit, because when you got those other two, Kota Ibushi and the Young Bucks and those other two guys, Ray won't have to do all the high spots. He can kind of save his legs a little bit.
Sounds like Johnny's mixing drinks there.
I'm checking the mail. Checking the mail.
Checking the mail. There you go. And those are the picture that Zoe was talking about, the lip picture for the women that says Uber of Westchester. If you look on your screen, you folks will see that there. And finally, we are going to go again with another topic that Rick, it's over on you. It's the rumor of Matt Hardy possibly retiring.
Well, I wouldn't. I don't think he's retiring, but this is he pretty much put out this tweet that had the internet talking, and he posted the tweet. This is he's saying thanking for all his wrestling fans throughout the years. This is, of course, as I said, speculating that he could be retiring in the near future. But Hardy's also been well known to send cryptic tweets and just keep the fans guessing. Again, there is no confirmation or denial about that Hardy is retiring, so keep that in mind and take that with a grain of salt. Do I think Hardy's retiring? No. But believe me, I wish he did.
Well, you know what? And Matt is getting in age. He's still got a lot to offer. But right now, creatively, I don't think there's, the delete is holding up as big as it was in Impact Lands. Maybe it's just me, but I just prefer the Impact version than the WWE watered down version.
Yeah, that he might not be retiring. He might be retiring from WWE. And if he does, hell, we'll see Brother Nero not too far behind him.
Actually, if I can kick it on that, that's not necessarily the truth, because if you guys remember, when the last time Jeff Hardy was in there and he actually was feuding with CM Punk over the WWE title, Matt Hardy was not there. Yeah. So, depending on what's in the future for both of them, they could go their separate ways. They have in the past. They could so again. So,
but Rick, to be fair, back then they had Jeff in the world title picture. Now he's what, upper mid card at best.
He is at the U.S. Yeah, it's the U.S. Status. He is the current U.S. champion.
Yeah, see what I mean? A lot easier to leave when you're there than when you're in the main event status,
Well, if they do leave, or if he does retire, it's, the one place that probably would head to, and again, pure speculation, people. I would be surprised if they show up at All In.
Yeah.
Well, and again, they do still have WWE contracts, so that's not something that they can just shrug off right now for All In, unless, of course, that they have a working agreement with All In. I think Vince McMahon, more should I say Triple H and Stephanie, I can't believe I'm going to give the slope-headed caveman props, but I'm going to give him props because he is trying to come up with new ideas for the WWE, and Lord knows they actually worked out something with Impact Wrestling to get the library and to get like Dixie Carter on to come on and talk about AJ Styles. So I wouldn't put it past them to try to. They'll be keeping an eye on this show just to see how well it goes, and if it does go well, I could see them actually trying to hit up on the Bucks and Cody. Over in the HWR show on Facebook, remember we have now an HWR Facebook page for Hardcore Wrestling Radio, so it's HWR show as well on Facebook. Mrs. A says, from all the noise, he could be doing his Johnny could be doing ramen noodles. You know what? I always thought they were Romulan noodles from Star Trek. It's like
you were home by yourself.
You're an idiot, Joe. Just to let you know.
Dang.
Damn.
Also, she says if he could follow up with his own segments and matches, I think Delete will blow up again. You know what? And Lance, let's go to you. You know what? She makes a valid point. If he came up with the matches he wanted and the creativity that he had in Impact, do you think it was the whole Delete idea will improve?
It could. It's just WWE's creative have a way of beating something to death and choking the life out of it. He could revive it.
No. When they were over in Impact, it was it was broken Matt Hardy at the time, and it showed from where he was iconic all the way to where he was actually broken. His wife would like bring him down in a wheelchair, and he would just like have drooling down his mouth, look like he was whacked out on something, and then he eventually evolved into the character that he is now. But as you guys all said, WWE likes to water shit down, and even still before he came over, the gimmick was really starting to get old. So I don't want to see it refreshed. I want to just go away.
All right, let's go to you, Johnny. What do you think about Matt Hardy? Do you think he's still got a couple of years left? Do you think about that deletion?
I don't know, man. I mean, I think this was the best run he's had in a long time, other than his deletion in TNA. After this, I would call it quits. I mean, what else can they do with him? Let's be honest. What else can they do with him? Not much. So just let it go. Be another Sting and forget about the whole thing.
Yeah, let's go to you, Zoe. What do you think?
Well, I mean, Matt Hardy, we can all agree, the man has had quite the career over the past years. I mean, he joined WWE when him and Jeff, weren't they both teenagers whenever they kind of snuck in and started wrestling at one point?
They were jobbers. Yeah, they were jobbers.
I mean, they were extremely young. I think after this, personally, I think it's a good idea for Matt just to hang up the boots. He's a new daddy. He's got babies at home. Don't risk your body to the point where you're not going to be able to walk, at your kid's wedding, for crying out loud. I mean, he's had a career. Just hang the boots up and let it go.
Yeah, I think the best play would be that to say as final for Raw that him and Bray Wyatt do a breakup. They do another one match, it's over, and they hug and say, thank you, Matt. Jeff comes out, gives him a hug, and that's his limelight, and he walks away. He can go on training people. He can do a lot. He can even help in NXT if he wanted to, like train and do stuff creatively. Who knows? But, and folks, that's it for the show. We are close to the time. I think we're over a little bit, but we still have a few minutes that we want to talk about. And Zoe, this is for you. Let's go. You have 2 dates for Kentucky's Own Wrestling going on, not only this weekend, but next week.
I sure do. This week, August the 4th, Kentucky's Own Wrestling, we will be at Monticello, Kentucky. That's this coming Saturday. Carnage will be there. Well, half of Carnage will be there, mainly because my best friend Johnny Suede will be fighting in Wilmington, Ohio, it says here. So if anybody's up there, check it out. He'll be wrestling Adam Swayze. And then next weekend, August the 11th, we will be right back in Shopville, and me and my boys are going to show these other little boys what it's like to be part of Carnage, to actually have their fate in our hands.
And also, if you check it out on your screen right now, it is KCW presents 212 Degrees. That is, again, what she said, this Saturday the 4th. Everything is all there. All information is there. So check them out. Zoe, what's their page? Where the fans can get in touch with them?
You can get in touch with Kentucky Zone Wrestling on Facebook under the name Kentucky Zone Wrestling. We have a training class that's getting ready to open up. So if anybody has ever thought about being a manager, a referee, or a wrestler, who cares if you're male or female? We need people in the wrestling business. I think we can all agree who actually have a heart for it. So just contact them through Facebook. You can also find me on my Facebook page at Zoe Nightshade or Kayla Hobbs.
All right. And over every Tuesday night in Facebook, you can check out BC Games and More. BC and Mrs. A always talking about stuff that are retro games, retro stuff that they sell. So check them out on Facebook. Great bunch of people. Every Tuesday they'll be doing their show. So check them out. Also coming from September 17th to 19th, if you're in the Erie, Pennsylvania area, we just finished HazardCon. Now it is Comic-Con. And this is a big one. I went to it last year, and there was a lot of people there. I'm going to be there. I already have my stuff set. So I will be at Comic-Con, and I will be dressed as my Lord Scoldron character from Star Wars The Old Republic. So check me out there on those days. Let's go with our ads. And first of all, if you're into the paranormal and love shows from the UK, check out www.stokedhaunted.com. This belongs to Andy, and he does a lot of paranormal shows. You're not going to see made-up stuff. You're not going to see strings pulling stuff. If he finds something real, he's going to show it to you. If it's not, then obviously he's not going to show it to you. So check him out again, stokedhaunted.com. Let's go to you, Lance. You are the incomparable one. Tell everybody about Lance Moss TV.
Well, every Wednesday night, when my computer is acting damn right, which it hadn't been the past few weeks, but that'll hell, Lance Moss TV and Friends is on hiatus till, I'm going to say, probably till September. But every Friday afternoon, around lunchtime, which is 1:30 Eastern, 12:30 Central, whatever it is the rest of the country, I've been putting up Redneck Gourmets, and tomorrow will be Redneck Gourmet Calzones. And hit me on Twitter, it's at Lance Moss TV.
Calzones. I like that already.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's go over. He is not only we burned it to death, we beat it to death. He is the Uber of Westchester.
Wait a minute. Zoe, do it.
The Uber of Westchester.
I gotta take a cold shower now.
Goddamn! You know what? I swear I'm gonna have to get rid of that woodpecker. I keep hearing stuff. That's why Matt Hardy goes wonderful.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Reba ain't giving him enough, so he has to hear that Uber of Westchester. He is also the IPTV guy. Johnny, tell everybody about both of those products.
Absolutely. I'm here to save everybody money on all their streaming needs. Movies, TV shows, sporting events, pay-per-views, cable, you name it, I can help you save it. Check out my Instagram at IPTV_guy. Or if you have any questions, you can email me at gr8iptv@gmail.com. And if anybody's interested in joining for Uber part-time, full-time, whatever time you want, you could also go to my YouTube, which is the Uber of Westchester, or you can check out my Instagram with the same name, the Uber Westchester. I got my referral code, Tap it, takes you right to the site, sign up, takes a couple of weeks. Next thing you know, you're making money, driving, doing what you love to do, which is nothing and making money.
There you go. And I am Joseph Skoldrin, and you can find me on Skoldrin's Realms on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Just do the hashtag Skoldrin's Realm. You can also add me on Discord. I am Skoldrin, number sign 3040, so you can find me on that. And you can find me also on my page. I'm working on it right now, but there is a template up. It is SkoldrinsRealm.com. So check me out with all the things there. I'm going to be updating it this weekend with a lot. Finally getting it properly set up. So I do a lot of gameplays. I do a lot of pretty much reviews and all that. I love the Dead by Daylight series. I've been playing that. World of Warships. If you're into those games, or if you're into Fortnite, Infestation, PUBG, hook up with me and we'll do a couple of runs and die together. Over and quickly, I'm going to do this real fast. Over in the HWR chat room, it is Eric C. He just popped in. Hey, Eric. And finally, let's go to the boss man himself. Our CEO, Rick. Rick, tell everybody about HWR. We just debuted in our new page.
That's right. You know, we decided to reopen our Facebook page, just to not be confused with our chat group, which is still there. So this is our, HWR show that's on Facebook or even on YouTube. Just look for that name, HWR show. Each and every week, now we're going to start going over the page. We're going to start posting some of our old interviews from years ago when people probably didn't even know who HWR was. And of course, all my tribute videos, which you will be seeing on a daily or weekly basis. And for all the latest news, play-by-plays, and everything else, that's over in the chat group section, HWR chat room.
Thank you, Rick. And Zoe, you tell everybody about KCW. Let's talk about you. Tell everybody about your pages.
About me, but that is my favorite subject of all time. You guys can actually contact me on my Facebook fan page at Zoe Nightshade, or you can contact me by my regular page, Kayla Hobbs, or even on the HWR chat room page even. And also, I will be having my personal shirts out with the help of Joe for coming up with this awesome design.
And again, you know what? I will put them up for everybody to see. Again, we would love to hear from your comments regarding this, because we are looking to put this together. And they are. I'm going to try to grab them all out for us. It is, again, thanks to Lance for giving us the catchphrase. And it is the buy the shirts. It is the BT.
The catchphrase. Buy the shirt.
There you go. Buy the shirt, indeed. And we will be having a bunch of these made up. If fans are looking to purchase them, support HWR. We will be using the funds also for our trips to Hawaii. To help fund the fan page and do
Joe,
other things.
Don't let out the secret, Joe. Don't let out the secret.
Yeah, I know, right?
Damn it, Joe.
Well, we will also be using the funds to help get us interviews with different stars that we can try to get on, because let's face it, folks, they don't look to do it for free.
Yeah.
So they are, so we'll be looking to bring in some, high quality interviews. Who knows, if you folks want to see us, we can all get together and maybe do like some sort of fan signing. So again, all of these are on the table. We need your support for this, and it is with these shirts. And again, Kayla Hobbs has got it. There you go. I'm going to be getting the HWR shirts, just the logo alone. But there it is right there if you want to see it. It is the Skoldrin's Realm shirt. It is the Uber of Westchester. It is the Zoe Nightshade, the B TS, buy the shirt, and the regular HWRs, buy the shirt. So if anybody's interested in getting these shirts, or if you have suggestions for us for other shirts, let us know, and we will not only put these shirts out, but we will send you one, and it will send you one autograph with everybody on it. I'll forge everybody's signature. So with that, folks, again, we appreciate you all coming on. SummerSlam is coming up soon, so we'll be ready for that. Hopefully next week, Kayla, or should I say Zoe, will be giving us the results from her KCW shows. And with that, fans, I'm going to say it is time for us to leave. So, Lance, let's close this up.
Buy the fucking shirt.
So,
Damn.
do I have to write that now? Buy FM shirt? It's like ECW, buy the FM shirt?
Yes.
Oh, God. Good night, everybody.
Good night.